I really didn't set up yet. I just pressed the video button and started recording. Let's hope I can get my notes opened in time. Well, this is I guess my 6-month update for AJATT. Refold, whatever it wants to call it. I'm mostly following Refold at this point. So I'll just call it Refold or immersion based learning. Let me think. So first, I would like to get into the backstory of how I got here in my in Japanese so far. Let me think. I didn't have too much of a method, but I didn't just like jump in trying to speak too much. I guess that's like one of the big things about that separates AJATT, Refold. Well, the big thing is immersion based learning, but another thing is just don't talk for a minute. But what I would do is I don't have them on me right now. I lost my first textbook, but I had Genki 1 and Genki 2. And I was learning Japanese from there, and I was aware of remembering the kanji, but I burnt myself out on Japanese by then. But I'll get into that later. Let me see. And I was just learning through that, and by the time I bought the textbooks, I already had a decent knowledge of vocabulary in Japanese. So I would just kind of like not need to worry about the vocab. I'd skip over to the grammar and learn how grammar would work. But I wouldn't really worry about the speaking drills until I heard it, because I tried that before, and then I realized like, yo, my intonation's off. I didn't realize pitch accent was too much of a thing, but it's like, yo, I'm saying this kind of off, and I was really big on pronunciation. So I'd learn a grammar point, and then I'd wait till I hear it sometime. I wouldn't really immerse too much. I would just rarely watch anime, and I'd be like, yo, that's kamoshimasen. I've heard kamoshimasen before, so I read that in my book, so I better pronounce it like this when I say it, not kamoshimasen. How I thought it's kamoshimasen. Kamoshimasen. そんな感じですね。Let me think. I guess probably should have done this, talked about this before, but I got interested in Japanese like first year of high school, a little bit in there. I like, my sister got me into anime, and then she was like, yo, you can learn, they got this Hiragana thing, you should check it out. I was like, all right. And I learned all the kana. I don't remember how the reason why I memorized it so well. Well, I guess in the middle of class, instead of actually doing my classwork, I'd write down like Hiragana stuff, just that I learned a day. Like I maybe like learned one Hiragana a week, but eventually I just like, oh look, there's like 3 more. Let me just learn all of those, and then I learned how to do gyo, like I forgot the Japanese word for it, but you know how you put the 2 dashes by the Hiragana to make it voiced, and then you add like a small yo to be like yo, or no, I can't really think of anything on the top of my head, but yeah. So then I actually did more of a streamlined way of learning katakana. I'd like learn a couple a week, and I feel like that was enough to get me pretty decent at I actually got it all right at writing hiragana and katakana. I just write those in my notebook a lot. Let me think. Kanji. I guess it's time to talk about this. So the biggest thing about when I would learn Japanese, I guess the biggest reason why it's taken this long, is because I'd go super hard for like 2 months, and then I'd like quit, just because, you know, I'd be going way too hard trying to learn like 20-30 kanji a day, and then like I quit, and I'd be like, oh man, if only I kept going, I would have been done this long ago. Or even if I did 10 a day, I would have been done like today. And then I keep going, and I quit. The farthest I got was like maybe 1400 kanji, but and the kanji didn't really stick too well because I wasn't really making my own stories, and I was doing it traditionally. So, yeah. But for some reason, a lot of the vocab stuck really well. So I think that really helped. Let me think. I guess I'm looking over at my notes all the time, so that's why I'm looking over here. I guess pitch accent, I heard that pitch accent was a thing, but I wasn't really worried about it too much. Until let me think. I started studying Japanese again, like mid 2020, around the lockdown, like towards the end of the initial 2 weeks of lockdown, and it was fun. I actually went back to what I originally did, where I wouldn't worry about drilling the vocab too much, but I would like actually learn the grammar points. And I finished Genki 2 in like maybe a month. And then I somehow stumbled upon Dogen's channel. I think it was his like talking about Nihongo wa furato desu ne. Sonna douga de it just kind of popped up into my recommended. And then I got interested in pitch accent and pronunciation, like again, how I was before. Let me think. And my battery's about to die. Let's hope I can finish this video fast enough. And then through his channel, I found Matt vs. Japan, and through Matt vs. Japan, I didn't happen upon MIA, but I did happen upon his video, how to use AJATT.com, and I read it, and I just fell in love with it, because I guess the way Katsumoto writes, he just hypes up, like, yo, you're gonna get to immerse every single day, and he hypes that up so well that it made me want to actually, like, yo, like, as soon as I finished, like, the AJATT website, I just blasted through it. Most of the time I just, like, put it on, what's it, text-to-speech, and I'd, like, be cooking or something, or cleaning my room a little bit, and I'd just be listening to it all the way through, and I instantly just jumped headfirst in AJATT. So, and even though on AJATT website, even on MIA, they recommend doing recognition kanji, but I've done recognition kanji before on one of my previous attempts on doing RTK, but I just liked the traditional method much better, because, like I said, like, even back in high school, I'd write, like, the stuff that I'd be learning in my school textbooks. I think I still have a couple of those textbooks right now, but so I just liked just having the ability to write kanji. That back there, by the way, is all the kanji I've done since I started AJATT. And I, like, what Katsumoto said, like, really made sense, because I'd go too hard, burn myself out, and it's like, would you rather learn 100 kanji decently well, or would you rather, like, take longer but learn, like, 95% of 2200 kanji? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn 2200 kanji. But I still do it the original way, the traditional way, and it would take me like an hour or 2 hours every day to study my kanji, but I just kept going because I just love doing it. 10, 15 new kanji a day, until like maybe a month or two ago when I finished my kanji. Let me think. So I guess that's how I've been doing kanji, and I probably should have said how far I got to. Well, I finished Genki 2, and I was able to, at the end of Genki 2, they have these text sections where it's like reading comprehension, and I was alright at those, so I guess that placed me a little under JLPTN 4. So that was where I was at when I started AJATT 6 months ago, October 29th. So let's see, for input, what I did at the beginning was what Matt vs. Japan recommended, which was start just watching basic slice of life animes. So I watched a lot of animes I've already watched before. Well, I started like with some animes I've watched before, and then I just started going into brand new stuff. But I'd always watch it with the Japanese subtitles on the bottom. I guess that helped my kanji stick better, but I realized I was really I guess using the kanjis as a crutch. So I've been trying to not kanji subtitles as a crutch. So I've been trying not to use the subtitles as much when I immerse. So let me see. Recently, I've been doing less subtitles, and it definitely helps. I think that's most of my active immersion, and my passive immersion. I've been listening to a lot of Inoue because he keeps his videos single topic, like especially Joel Talk. He talks about stuff that I'm actually interested, like learning languages and stuff like that. Let me see. Let me think. So like at the beginning, it was just mostly anime. I started trying to get more into drama, but like specifically, right? Like I would always watch a whole lot of, like, it was mostly YouTube, but like the thing that helped me get started was anime. And very recently, I'm listening to Joe Inoue at work. I've been trying to make it a habit of reading. I might go grab the book I'm reading right now, of reading at least one page a night to get my reading skill much better, and it definitely does help. I might actually just do a long period of just like mostly reading, doing very little listening and mostly reading, and hopefully that'll make me a lot better. I think. So right now, where I'm at is, so the way AJATT put it was that you should wait till speech comes naturally to start speaking. Well, on MIA and Refold, it's like basically don't talk at all until like you get really good at the language. So let me think. I was split between the two around the beginning. I still do speak sometimes here and there because I realized that I'm more social than I thought. So going out and speaking Japanese, even though I suck at it, speaking Japanese does help motivate me much better. Like, yo, this language actually exists, and I'm not just doing this for nothing. Because, you know, there are people out there that speak this language, and I can just hang out with them, and it's really cool. But I don't know, because I can't tell how much I suck at Japanese, I guess. I watched all of Dogen's phonetic series, and I was phonetically speaking alright at Japanese before I got into pitch accent. Well, I mean, my pitch accent sucked, but phonetically, like, the pronunciation was pretty alright. And let me think, I've been considering doing a silent period. I've definitely made a point not to talk to myself in Japanese, but it still does happen where, like, you know, it would just kind of, I would kind of speak, and it would just be like I'd react to something in Japanese, especially when I'm watching Japanese media, like when I'm hanging out with my English friends, where I react and talk in English, but when I'm on my own, like working or something, or if I'm watching anime or something, I'd react in Japanese. So I don't know if that counts as not speaking, but I think it's been like it'd be like twice a month when I'd go online and speak some Japanese, and it would be fun. Let me think. So where I'm at right now. I said this is where I'm at right now. Now I'm saying this is where I'm at now. Again, where I'm at right now, my goal is to be able to pass the JLPT N2 next time the test comes out, in December 5th. Let me think. I don't have it on my calendar right now because it's one of those rip-off calendars where you just try to rip off the page. But January, like before New Year's, like a couple days before New Year's, I was able to pass a JLPT N4 practice test with like a 70 to 80% score. And then I don't have it written on this calendar, but like a week or two ago, I was able to pass a JLPT N3 practice test. pretty easily. Is that somebody outside? No. That's somebody outside. Yeah, somebody's totally outside. Oh, whatever. I was able to pass a JLPTN 3 practice test. With a 75% score. So I'm feeling confident, like, if I actually really work hard and immerse, I might be able to. I would still have a lot of words that I need to learn. I'm probably just gonna continue sentence mining using Migaku, like, and for a while, and then maybe like October around when I hit a year of immersion learning, I will buy some textbooks that contain specific vocabulary for. My sister just entered my room. That's definitely getting cut, or I might just like put that at the end. Where was I? Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I might buy some specific textbooks that contain like vocabulary, like harder vocabulary that's used in the JLPTN 2 test around a year into AJATT, and then hopefully I can pass the test December 5th. Let me think, what else? I'm watching a lot of manzai and Japanese comedy and stuff like that, but a lot of it is in Kansai dialect, which is since the pitch accent's different, I've been picking up like some wrong pitch accent patterns that are like used in Kansai but not used in standard Japanese. Like in standard Japanese you say naka for in the middle, but in Kansai you say naka in the odaka pattern. So I've been saying naka a lot. God, sorry. My sister came into my room like a little bit ago, and I'm gonna cut that out. But I'm just like, yo, anybody gonna interrupt me again? I guess that's where I'm at right now. And 1 week ago, the Demon Slayer movie came out, and I watched the anime originally. So like a week before that, I started learning words specifically from Demon Slayer so I can understand that movie better, and I had a good time watching it. See, that's one of the videos I actually wanted to post. Like, yo, here's my progress in Japanese. I want to watch this movie in Japanese. Here's how I'm gonna go about it and see, like, say if it worked or not. And it worked pretty well for this movie. Let me think. What else? I guess if I think of anything else, I'll just make a different video about it, because this video is getting pretty long and I don't feel like editing that much. This is more just I feel obligated to post a video about like how far I've gotten in Japanese. Alright, that's it. Wari. Yo, loser, I'm go. Oh. Loser.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna need to cut this out. I'm doing an update for like my 6 months. I hit 6 months now.
Oh, well, you should leave that in there.
No, go. Okay.